Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about how to find all primary trig ratios when one of them is given. So let's get started. This is my first question. It says find all primary trig ratios for sine A equals 3/5 where angle A is in first quadrant. So my sine A is given, which is equals 3/5. And the question says it is in first quadrant. So let's graph it. So this is my first quadrant, as you know. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So this is my first quadrant. Let's graph my angle A. If this is my angle A, so if I want to graph my basically right triangle, I have to graph it this way. This is my right triangle, and this is my angle A. And you know, sine equals, so sine A equals opposite side over hypotenuse. So this is my angle A. My opposite side is this, which is 3, it's given, and hypotenuse is 5, that's given as well. So when the question asks for all primary trig ratios. All primary trig ratios means sine, cosine, and theta, and tangent theta. So sine is given, I have to find cos A, and then I have to find tan A. So you know cos A equals, you know, so cos A equals adjacent side over hypotenuse. So adjacent side, this is my adjacent side. I don't know what is it, so I just call it x for now. So let's find it. I can use, this is the right triangle, so I can use Pythagorean theorem to find x. So I can say x squared equals 5 squared minus 3 squared. So x equals square root of 25 minus 9, so that's 16. So x equals square root of 16 is 4. So x equals 4 basically. We just found x, which is 4. Now, that's my adjacent side, so I can find my cosine A. My cosine A equals adjacent side over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 4. My hypotenuse is 5. So this is my cosine A, angle A, which is 4/5. But the point here is you have to pay attention for the signs, right? So in quadrant 1, you know cast rule, right? So can see A. ST. So A in quadrant 1 means all trig ratios are positive. S in quadrant 2 means only sine is positive in quadrant 2. And in quadrant 3, only tan is positive. And in quadrant 4, only cos is positive. So we are in quadrant 1. So all of our trig ratios should be positive. So sine is positive, cos is positive, and also tan would be positive. Okay, tan A equals, you know, is opposite side over adjacent side. So my opposite side, I know what is it, is 3. My adjacent side, we just found it, which is 4. So my tan A equals 3/4. So that's tan A, this is cos A, and sine A is given. So we're done with this question. Let's move on to next question. Okay, this question says, find all primary trig ratios for sine B equals 3/5, where angle B is in second quadrant. So our angle is in second quadrant. I have sine B equals 3/5, that's given. And we know sine equals opposite side over adjacent. So let's graph it. We are in quadrant 2 now, so let's graph it over here. This is my quadrant 2. This is my angle B, basically. And you know, this is my reference angle. So you know, reference angle and related angle. So the related angle here is B. My reference angle is this small angle. They always have the same value for trig ratios, but the signs, depending on which quadrant we are in, the signs are different. So, but for quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, signs are positive. So my reference angle and related angle are the same, basically. The sign. So if I want to graph my right triangle, this is my right triangle. I have my sine b is 3 over 5. That means my opposite side is 3, my hypotenuse is 5. So my opposite side is 3, my hypotenuse is 5. And we have to solve for adjacent side. We already did that in first question. We solved it and we got 4. I can just plug it in here. So my adjacent side is 4. We use Pythagorean theorem to solve it, and we found it. This is equals 4. So now I have to find cos B, and you know cos B equals adjacent side over hypotenuse. So my adjacent side is 4. My hypotenuse is 5, so that's 4 over 5. But you need to pay attention to the sign. So we are in quadrant 2. At quadrant 2, basically the only thing is positive is sine. So cosine and tangent should be negative. So this ratio should be a negative number. So this is negative 4 over 5. So your cos B is negative 4 over 5. All right, let's find tan B now. So tan B equals opposite side over adjacent side. I have my opposite side, which is 3. Adjacent side is 4. And again, in quadrant 2, only sine is positive, so my tan should be a negative number. So my tan B equals negative 3 over 4. And this is cos. All right, so this is how we solve this type of questions. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any question in the comments. Thanks.